And now we're live.
Okay, welcome everyone to Mega Life 21 Live, and I am here with a very special guest that I have not had on my show in a very long time. He is the one and only performing artist and fashion designer, Paul Anthony Mantia of Northern Lights Company, and he makes fashion designs out of tie-dye that you have never seen in your life. The highest quality, exotic, really new age mysticism, if you want to call it, but it's basically tie-dye, and it's called Northern Lights Company. And he is in the process of getting off the ground a brand new Amazon store. Now, Paul, thank you for long time no see. Number one, thank you for being on the show, and you could introduce.
Hey, how you doing out there?
Good. We're doing all right during this pandemic, but right now, you know,
coming to you live. I'm not going to say where we are, of course. We're on the moon.
But you know, give the.
It's been a while.
It's been a huge while, but now
tonight will just be a preview show, you know.
Yeah, but now we are coming to you where we are live streaming from. Hold on. Yeah, lower the music. We are live streaming from YouTube right now, as opposed to what we did last.
So here, you know, right here, you know, James, we have the kid's guitar that was pink originally. So what we did was we built this in, you know, basically I built it into a acoustic sounding guitar. So it sounds type of like wood now. And, you know, I have to drop in layers of paint and everything and dye on this. I mean, it's hard to see right now, but see if we could get it in the light.
There you go.
You know,
beautiful.
So
job.
It basically sounds like, it sounds like a real acoustic guitar. I mean, you know, you can't tell the difference. And I mean, I'll just give it a roll real quick just to give a demonstration. So that's a little kid's. It was a Barbie guitar.
Oh wow!
And, you know, they sell on the market. You know, inexpensive. They're about $27. But this one here, you know, this is mine. I'm not going to be selling it, but we will be putting these on the market eventually for kids and adults. You know, if they want to feel like they're playing like a ukulele or something. But this has 6 strings. It's got a real iron cast strings on it. You know, it's the Dario strings. And you know, it took a little while to do it, to build it correctly and to put all the nuts on it up here to make it sound correct and keep it in tune. But now it's taking the plastic side out and more of a wood feel. And then, it's got a nice sound. Then we have, give me a minute. I'll be right back. I'm going to grab something else.
Yeah. Well, for those people out there that are saying the lighting is not good, this was a sperm in a moment show. But Paul,
Another guitar.
yeah, Paul Anthony Mantia,
This
Mantia.
one here, this is a,
Well, hold on, hold on. Paul Anthony Mantia will improve the lighting for the next time he appears, and you'll be able to see his entire product line, which is huge. It's huge. Right now, we didn't, we didn't. There wasn't enough time spent on the proper lighting. So
nah, being tonight's the first night we, actually coming live after years, of course.
yes,
And, we've been off the market, not off the market. We have still been in business, but we've been rebuilding the company. The company did really well back in 2017 through the beginning of 2018 until a couple of things had happened, in my life. And we'll be discussing that in a documentary that we'll be doing soon, me and James. And
now Paul Mantia's Facebook page, Northern Lights Company, is right underneath this video. So if you want to check out his Facebook page, Northern Lights Company, you can simply go there. It's on Facebook, and you'll see a ton of photographs of all his gorgeous designs and creations that he has.
we have thousands, I mean, hundreds of thousands of different types of designs over the years. I mean, it's going to be 11 years in business on July 4th. That's the anniversary of the company. We're legally registered with the BBB. Have full licensing. You know, um, we have an EIN number. We can hire up to 25 to 100 employees. Um, but at the time, of course, with the coronavirus going on, we're going to have to do some hiring online, bringing some sales reps in. People that actually want to make money. But we're also talking about putting 15% of each sale into helping the hospitals to gain medical equipment. We're also willing to make the masks if somebody, people can donate fabrics, certain fabrics that we need. We can put colorful masks out with a message on it, you know, and we'll give those away free to all the hospital workers, of course. I'd like to be making gowns, but of course, we got to get a couple of seamstresses on board, who are willing to, donate and volunteer their time to do this. And if we can make that happen, that would be a great deal. Of course, all the rest of the money is going to go towards new products so that we could continue to do this and to help save lives out there. So here's a guitar I'm going to show you. This is something my girlfriend. She's also an artist, and she does hand drawings, and these are some roses that she placed on this guitar.
Oh wow!
And this is a 1967 acoustic guitar that I picked up actually at a old Russian antique shop in Coney Island, and I did a trade in for it. So I basically got the guitar for like $20, but he didn't realize what he sold me, and it's got signed and everything. This is a very old guitar. I mean, now they run about $2,500, but we added some color into it, as you see. We did some designing to it here, and this is also a personal guitar of mine, but I mean, I would let it go on an auction deal. I mean, I'm looking to right now, at least 600 for it. With Corona going on, of course, people have lost their jobs. But if they spend money, 600 on this guitar, they're not only getting a beautiful design that glows in the dark, but it's all hand dyed and hand done. The back's not completed yet. We're not sure what we're going to do to it. Um, I've put a lot of work into this instrument, but this one's not completed, of course. But then we have the bass that I also got from the same place. And this one I've done hours and hours of work to. This one's pretty much almost completed. And this is an electric bass guitar. It's made by Cruise. It's the Mark VM1. And this is the front of it's done. And I have as you can see, I redid all the frets on it. I refretted this. I sanded down the frets. I redid the inside wiring to this. So everything's all set up beautifully. And this one also glows under the black light, and it only glows in certain spots because we didn't want to make it fully glow. So As you can see what I did here with the knobs, everything's blacked out. The frets are new. The back of the guitar is still in the works. As you can see, I'm doing a flower back there and still working on the neck. I rebuilt the neck. I built the action was like this much off of the, the fretboard. When I got the bass, the strings were way off where you couldn't even tap it. Now the action's low where you can play it nice and smooth, and we don't have no amp for it yet, but soon we should. But this one I'm selling at, selling this one for, it was starting at 800, but now we're actually letting it go for 350. And again, everything's hand designed and, it's going to be signed. So in about a week, this should be ready and ready to go packaged out. So what we'll do is if somebody purchased this for, 350 at that price that I want, then I'll take 20% of those earnings and I will, donate it to either FEMA or to one of the hospitals nearby, to help out to buy medical equipment. I know it doesn't sound like a lot, but the more sales brought in, of course, the more we could donate. So right now we had some losses this year. A lot of things had happened. China took a lot of the business by selling cheap products to Americans. And it kind of sunk a lot of American businesses because everybody was too busy supporting them. They wanted to buy a shirt for $8, and then they get it in the mail and they order a large shirt and it comes small. So it kind of hurt a lot of American businesses online by Wish being out there and Alibaba and all pinkclothing.com, which is also all in China. So, the American people need to look and see what they're doing to the country. You're supporting the people that created this virus. You're supporting the people that hate us. I'm not saying there's bad, all Chinese people are bad, the ones that are in America. I have friends that are Chinese, but they didn't play no part in this, and, it's pretty rough what they did to the businesses. And, it didn't sink my business, but it definitely took the sales rates way down, And of course, now we're going to rebuild everything. It's already rebuilt, the new policies. But now with Corona going on, our main focus and the main motive here is to help as many people as possible to save as many lives, so people don't lose their loved ones out there. So, we can't give everything away free, because we have to live and also survive. As you know, James, this is all I do. This is all I've done for the last 11 years is music, and this I've learned, survived off of this. And I have to say, last year was one of my hardest years. Like I went through an assault last year and I was assaulted. That took me out of work for a little while, which we'll discuss on another, basis, put that on another day and time. And, that's when I'll bring my girlfriend in, so she can describe, what she went through with me, and the traumatization that I went through with that. But getting onto the topic of the sales rates, the whole thing is how can the American people that are watching help to save lives? Number one is stop spreading it, stop having parties in your house, wear your mask, put your gloves on, because they really think they're super kids. They think they're not going to catch it. And, they have to think about the older people that live around them, which they don't give a shit. They don't give a damn. They're just partying their asses off. They think it's just another day in the field out there, and half of them don't even know what's going on. They go, what, coughing and going, why is everybody wearing a mask in the street? Why is this starting to look like China? These kids, they just have no knowledge of it because they don't give a shit. They don't watch the news. If I didn't tell a couple of people downstairs, in this building, they would have never known what was going on. They would have never known. They were just mind blown when I told them, and then they actually look it up on Google. Wow. But they don't care. They still show signs. They don't give a shit about it, So there's a lot of them out there like that. And that's the problem. If they stop having those parties and listen to, what people are saying and doing the right thing, using hand sanitizer and not having groups of people partying, one guy goes over there, he's got it, everybody's got it in that room. And then what happens after that? They're going out without a mask, they cough, then 20 more people got it in the street, and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
So without a cure, this is never going to end if they keep continuing to do this shit.
And they're playing basketball and all that. And
yeah. Well, I mean, honestly, I haven't seen anything where we live here. People are pretty much abiding by what's going on. And, here you thought this side of town where Russians are, they said, oh, the Russians are going to be the most stubborn people. That's untrue. because they're not. They're actually listening. They're actually doing what they're told. They're actually wearing their masks. People don't want to lose their lives. You know what I mean? I went to the city today. We went to get some medicine, because they didn't have it here. And basically, in the city, the news is lying. The media is lying. They're saying, oh, people are having gatherings and they're walking close to each other. We walked at least 24 blocks, well, not 24, about 8 blocks in the city. And, it's the most busiest part. Union Square Park is over there, 14th Street. Nobody. I seen maybe 5 or 6 people just in that surrounding area, and they're all walking 24 feet apart, 30 feet apart. Choppers up in the air, monitoring everybody. You could see them hovering, monitoring to see who's listening, who's not. The whole sad part of it is what I shared earlier with you, James. Me and my girl, we were walking on the street, and there's a homeless lady, and she has nowhere to go to the bathroom, so she's got her pants down, and she's going to the bathroom right in public on the sidewalk. But do you blame them? Where are they going to go to the bathroom? Everything's shut down. Everything's closed. You think the stores are going to allow them to come in? There's no shelters. They're begging for food down there. Nobody's feeding them. But here you hear all these people getting credits on the news. Oh, we give sandwiches out every day. Okay, then why aren't these people eating? Why isn't the city doing something about those people on the street? So what if the homeless people catch it? Okay, everybody else is inside there, but they're still outside. People come out, they cough, they got it. Does that make sense to you?
No.
Something's wrong. The numbers aren't adding up. There's a lot of bullshit going on out there. A lot of it. How many people, 5G is here on every damn sign out there. All of a sudden, in our neighborhood, they're drilling. They're making holes in the ground the whole week now. They're putting light posts up, highway lights up in the middle of the night with cameras on top of them. Why all of a sudden are they doing all this construction? You know why? Because everybody's inside. Nobody knows what's going on. As long as they keep the public inside, they can't really see what's going on the outside. It's just blinding people. This is the way they're doing it. Stay inside or you're going to get sick. How do we know that these numbers are real? We don't. Are we in the hospitals? Do we see what people are sick? No. What did Trump say? This is war. What did he do a couple of months ago? They killed the Iranian president, okay? The election's here. It's funny how all this stuff during this time, but it couldn't happen during, last year, like November or anything, but it happens during the primaries.
Yeah, but all the bodies,
population control.
People don't even know where their loved ones are. The ones that died, they don't know their location. They just shove all the bodies in a refrigerated tractor trailer car, and they're doing mass cremations.
I saw that. They got trucks filled with bodies, and they're cremating the evidence because how do we know they really had corona disease? How do we know that's what it is? How do we know that? We don't. Okay, the hospital workers, they could be told, hey, if you say anything, you're going to disappear. We don't know what's going on in those hospitals. Nobody's in there. They're not allowing camera guys to go in there. It doesn't matter. I don't understand another thing. You've seen the movie Ebola. Why aren't these people suited up like that? Why aren't the ambulance drivers suited up? Come on, you're going to tell me the hospital cannot afford to go and buy these suits, but meanwhile, they're charging people for emergency room visit $2,000 to get your leg x-rayed. Okay, where's all that funding going? Where's that money?
Well, it's a good thing the military ships are taking care of the non-corona cases. They're taking a big burden off of the hospitals, which are overwhelmed with the corona cases. Like Elmhurst Hospital in Queens, New York. But the doctors keep on changing their mind. That little short Dr. Fauci, he keeps on changing his mind all the time.
I don't like him too much. He's kind of creepy, and they keep on changing the story around. Okay, here we got Governor, Cuomo. There's no way in hell he's going to bring martial law on the city. He doesn't care what Trump says. Okay, I kind of believe in what he's saying because so far, I don't know how. It's not it's not him. If he has to lie, he has to lie. What is he going to do? It's not him. It's the higher ups that are telling them. There's people that are higher up than Trump. The billionaires, the Rothschild, all that shit, man. Monsanto. How much do we know about? People know out there that I've worked in the political game. They know I did things for Joe Tyner. I did things for governors of the state. You know, I was involved with somebody that was Hillary Clinton's cousin for a while. Well, I've seen a lot of shit out there. So, it's not news to me, but they've been planning this shit forever, man. They just been trying to mastermind the best way possible to to dilute the American population because it's overpopulated. Number one, they want to take Social Security away from the older people. They want to pull the benefits away from people that are sick. And that's fucking wrong, man, because they're the ones that are causing all this shit.
Yeah.
They develop all these viruses. They put out, the AIDS virus. Now there's a cure for that after many years. Okay, but what about Corona? There's no cure for that. There's a movie out there that was done on Netflix 2 years ago, 2018 it was made. I looked it up today. And, we'll share that with everybody. I shared it with you. It's funny how they talk about this exact virus on that film, exactly what it does. And, oh, wow, this is going to kill so many people. The percentage rate's going to be 90% deaths. Corona. How did they know about it? Because they created it. It just didn't come from no damn bat. That was a whole hoax.
No,
bullshit, man.
The biological warfare was a man created, man made.
Yeah, chemical warfare. It's biological. They put it in, China. Fentanyl. All the drugs the young people are doing, the fentanyl's coming from China. All that shit's coming from China. They probably were putting this virus in the drug where it started or something happened. We don't even know where it started.
Now, the two drugs that have been working in France, the malaria drug with the antibiotic Z-Pack, when Trump started talking about it, Fauci interrupted him and said, "Oh, the FDA didn't approve it yet." Who cares what the FDA has to say? The French people are using it, and it's working.
The FDA is bullshit anyway, man. They didn't approve it. You know why they didn't approve it? Because they want to kill as many lives as they can.
Yeah.
In the meantime, they're lying to the American people, and we know it. Look, I'm glad I'm going to be in front of all these people because guess what? I'm not going to disappear. What am I saying that's wrong? I'm saying the same thing that probably 20 million more Americans are saying. It's just the absent-minded people that have no knowledge and haven't been educated on this. Like the younger new generation, they don't care. When you're on Facebook before all this happened, they didn't give a shit to listen. I've been posting coronavirus for the last 2 months now. When it began. Another girl, Jessica Artist, that's on my Facebook. She's been posting and warning people, but everybody's going. I told friends of mine that work with me, hey, something big is going to happen very soon because there's a lot going on out there. Oh, yeah, you're crazy. Now, when I talk to them on the phone, you know what they say to me? I can't believe I called you crazy. Look what's going on in this world. I said, I warned you. Didn't I say it? I warned them.
Now, I just want to tell people that performing artists and fashion designer Paul Anthony Mantia has a big following. He can be found on Facebook. His company is on Facebook, Northern Lights Company, and you can see photos of all his creations and all his products. And he's also a member of Alpha Males.
Yes. Also remember, if they want, they can Google me, Paul Mantia. It comes up famous designer Paul Mantia now, being I done my dues out there,
Okay.
But the fame word I don't really care about. It's it's basically the love of doing the music, the love of doing the art. But of course, we all have to make a living to survive.
Well,
people lose it. They want everything for free. Oh, right. Give me this free. Give me that. Can't do that no more.
Well, on Google, it's called Paul Mantia Productions, right?
No, Google has everything since I've started in this business. Google contains all the recordings I've done, all the TV shows I've done, all the magazine covers that I've been in the newspapers, daily news. I've worked with Randy Jones, all the way down to Fergie in the studio. I've done a lot of stuff out there. And people go, how do you do all the stuff? How old are you? I'm 47. But I didn't take no breaks in my life. You know that. Every day I pushed and I pushed and I pushed. I worked every single day of my life, And just this year, I met my fiance, and I had to take a break for myself. And there was certain things that needed to be repaired in life, and now they're all repaired, and we're actually getting somewhere now. But
now which was the most famous rock group that you worked with in your whole career?
Well, my whole career is where I started with Billy Preston, who was the fifth Beatle. You know, he wrote "You Are So Beautiful" with Joe Cocker. I've been in the studio with Billy Preston. I've been in him. I've been in the studio with Michael Jackson. I've been in the studio with Ray Charles. I've shared space with Lou Rawls in the studio. You know, the band members consist of Billy Joel, drummer. We worked with Will from David Letterman, you know, the bass player. You know, so many people, so many names. I worked with Little Romeo. You know, I worked with Young Jeezy. You know, I've done backup filming when Eminem was present in a couple of films. You know, I'm on IMBD. I got credits all over the place. You know, just recently you know, before all this crap, we were supposed to have the movie premiere for you know, a couple of different films that are out there. Life's Mapped Out. You know, my song was featured. I Will is featured in that entire movie. Breathe Again is featured in this new movie they just, you know, released the trailer for. I forget the name of it. Tears of the Sea or something. You know, of course, we'll share that with everybody. But you know, the premieres was supposed to be in June, July. You know, around that area in California, we're supposed to do that. That's canceled. You know, a lot of things got canceled, and you know, it's kind of messed up that here we are with a suffering economy already, and now you're taking businesses out of work over this bullshit because we're afraid that Trump's going to lose the presidency because Bernie Sanders made a big stake and he finally got his name really rolling out there. You know, is that what they're scared of? What, the billionaire people, they have to get their boy back in there again? You know, Trump?
Well,
I consider him the Antichrist. What's going on here? What's wrong with that picture?
They wanted Biden because he's so easy to control.
Exactly. He is easy to control. They can put a robot brain in his brain and he'll follow the rules, you know? And who would ever think the guy from The Apprentice that ran The Apprentice so mean to people on there? He's president now. My father was alive. My grandmother, they probably dropped dead if they knew this.
Well, his father was a slumlord.
Yeah, and a millionaire. And he gave Trump money to start off his career. It's a hand-me-down.
Yeah.
No, Trump didn't have to work like as hard as the American people have to work to build a business. And you know, thank God for me. You know, I'm one of the only companies probably in New York that's lasted 11 years in this business. Okay, whether I made a big fortune or not this year, I never gave up. I don't believe in giving up because you know we all believe. I know one thing in life: if you don't fail, you're never going to succeed. You're going to fail 100 times before you succeed. People take failure as, oh, you failed, and they look down at you. No, no. Look at the big stars, what they say. Look what Sylvester Stallone, look what Will Smith says. Without failure, you'll never succeed, and it's damn true. Because you think those people just made it in the business? Look what Eminem went through. You know, look at all these people went through before they made it. Some of them, yeah, got a hand me down and made it overnight success, and some of them had to work their asses off to get there. So when young kids go up, hey, can you get me signed? You kind of look at them and you go, you know what? Do you know what it took me to get here? And I'm not God. I can't get you signed. If you don't have the talent and you don't have what it takes and you don't believe in yourself, you ain't going nowhere. I don't believe in people going to school and learning music. I believe, you know, you're either born with a talent or you're not. If you're born with it,
a bunch of Hispanic girls asked Rosie Perez to hook them up and try to get them in the business, and she said nobody handed anything to me, and I'm not going to hand anything to anybody, even though you're Latinas, you know.
So now, my latest project right here, I'm going to show you real quick to get back to that, and we can continue this with, you know, what's going on here. We can continue this week. We're going to have a couple of guests, you know, big top guests come on this show, especially the vice president of my company, Rio Arc Myers. They can look him up. His dad is Frosty Myers.
There he is. Now we can see.
Armstrong put something on the moon. He's a welder, and he does, you know, metal sculpturing. He's actually got big monuments in Manhattan.
Oh,
he also has a big museum out in the Pennsylvania area. It's close to well, I can't really say where they are. They're just, you know, out there in the Delaware River. You know, they own a lot of property there, but he's got a beautiful museum there. You know, the dad put something on the moon with Louis Armstrong, and his son Rio. He's been the vice president of this company for the last 11 years. You know, and you know he's taken off for a little bit now because, you know, the company wasn't doing nothing. We had China stealing our business, stealing the designs. You know, they copying them until I started putting a special kind of logo and watermark on my products, especially the photos. They can't steal that. They try to use our very own models they were using over in Japan. And I seen something, come up on a Japan site where it came out in a magazine, one of the models, our models with our product on. They were using our models with our product, saying, oh, buy this product in Japanese. I had it translated. But anyway, so this is a friend of ours, a leather jacket here, a really nice rock style leather jacket, and I wore it in the Facebook picture here. I put it on. And we haven't started designing this yet, but I might, I might want to keep it, for myself, this jacket here.
Yeah, sure.
I can't do that. And we're doing a special kind of design for her. She lives in New York City, so before the big crazy outbreak came in, and what we're going to do is we're going to do stuff, very subtle in the front of it, but in the back of this, she wanted the tattoo she has on her back. But my girl Valerie, she's going to do the artwork for, because she does basically like faces. She does she can draw her whole body. She could come pretty close to looking at somebody and drawing their face. So I mean, we have talent here, and it's just a cool thing that I met her because she doesn't only do artwork, she sings, she makes beats online, she plays, doing a piano thing online. I play professional piano, guitar, bass, play drums. My dad was a very famous musician, drummer. So I got all that talent. People go, oh, damn, you got all this talent. But for some reason, they get jealous over it. But on the other hand, with her, it's a perfect match because, the artwork and having all those talents that it's hard to find somebody that can actually relate, and have all that compatibility with you. You understand what I mean? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not easy. And, people out there are crazy today. But, it takes a lot to build a relationship. And it's no walk in the park.
No. But when you're,
disagreement in a relationship, and I've heard from pastors out there, it's not healthy to not argue. You have to argue to keep the relationship moving. So there's always going to be a disagreement somewhere.
yeah, I believe that. Sure.
Like that. Again, I'll be doing counseling for relationships. I've done that in the past. Yeah, I had a nice site. I was getting paid for that. I had a lot of people coming in because of the songs I write. For instance, yeah, we're going to bring this to the attention. Breathe Again. That song is perfect for what's going on here because at the end of the tunnel, when the light finally shines above everybody and this shit goes away, the song starts off, the chorus is, I can feel my heart beat again. I can see the sunrise again. The air is clear again. Finally, I can breathe again. Now, I seen a commercial with a nasal spray. He comes out just like my song. I can breathe again. I said, oh, wait a minute, but you're not going to capitalize off of that because you're using that vocal. Evidently, somebody saw it. They're going to pay me for that. They're going to pay me for that. That's the name of the song. The way he said it, it's kind of like, the song's out there. I mean, look, I Will was a #3 hit back in 2010. I have one of the most famous drummers in the world on that track, Chad Ziegler. He's Breaking Benjamin's drummer. I've done work with them guys. I mean, I've done work with a lot of big platinum selling rock bands out there. Why did I get off the road? I needed a break. After 20 years of touring, TV shows, this, that, touring with Billy Preston for 5-6 years, and then he went on with Eric Clapton. I got the chance to play in Madison Square Garden with them. And George Clinton, the P-Funk, Bootsy Collins, Peppermint Patty, they're all on my Facebook. I've worked with them. I've had a good run, but this year I actually wanted to get back into music. Before all this happened, I was setting up a new band, and, then boom, now everybody's on lockdown. What are we going to do? So we're going to have to work online like this. We could perform online, I'm just lacking a computer right now. As I said, it was a tough year last year and beginning of this year, due to the sales markings going down because, like I said, other countries charging so damn cheap that people rather go to China and pay China and support their people than your own American people.
Well,
And send the American business to give them everything they want.
as soon as soon as you get the link to your Amazon store, send it to me, and I'll put it right underneath all the videos that we do. You know, this way
Right.
people can
We
see.
will. It's gonna take at least a week to get that store together. They don't. It's no walk in the park with Amazon. You know, and there's a lot of
Yeah.
differences that you have to. You have to have the. I got the branding. I got my paperwork. All that's set and done. But there's certain. You can have a free store, but they're gonna take a certain percentage out, which I don't care about, but I do care about because you probably might as well just pay the $49 a month, and that's it. Because on the sales, rate, what they're going to do is they're going to take 10% to 8%, 8 to actually 15% of your sales for each sale you make. They're taking 15%. After a while, you sell 5 products. There you go. You just paid more than $49 a month. You're paying, 140, and then it's getting more and more. So to me, instead of taking that free store, I'd rather just pay the 49. But in the beginning, I might have to do that because look, now Americans can actually see what it is to be out of work. All the people that look down at you, look where they are sitting now. They're sitting right where we've been sitting. So now maybe it opens some doors and eyes so people could say, okay, look how hard these people work. Well, look how hard. Okay, you work hard, but look how hard we work. We work hard too. We sit here doing the artwork every single damn day. You know what I mean? We have ideas. We're creating shit. When somebody's not buying things because you got this guy decided he wanted to say something bad about me. Now, people don't know me that he's sitting there telling that too. Oh, okay, this guy doesn't know me. Oh, don't buy from Paul Mantia, blah, blah, blah. People love drama. They're going to listen to it. Okay, some people will go, no, let me see what this guy is saying, this guy's about. Okay, I've done a lot of great things out there for people. I've supported kids with autism. I gave my heart. I gave over $150,000 in clothing away. Okay, somebody didn't have. I remember a little kid. He wanted the shirt so bad. His dad didn't have the money. I have a shitty job. I make $9 an hour. I got to pay for a whole family. I gave the kid the shirt. That's when you call when everybody's working together. But you can't give everybody something free. But after a while, what happens in the business of fashion, it's a cutthroat business. The runways, I was one of the biggest ones on the runway. I've done some of the biggest shows out there. Okay, I promoted my own shows. I mean, we did some really big things. We packed the houses. We've turned heads. We had some of the biggest magazine people going nuts over the stuff. The kind of show we put on. We don't put the normal show on that they do with the runway. We have a real show going on. It's like going to a concert. You're seeing all kinds of things, performers, models coming out in the glow in the dark. We have the models grabbing the mic and telling people who they are. It's a different atmosphere. They don't have to do a catwalk. We have people come on the runway and doing black flips, coming down with skateboards, of course, if the insurance covers it. But my last biggest show, that was, what was that at? I always forget the name of this hotel. It was down in Manhattan. And I did a giant show down there, and it made a real big impact. But guess what? Because of the haters out there, they get to the people. And, I did stupid shit. I would get online and argue with these people. And, when I make a statement, I get 2,000, 3,000 comments on Facebook. They listen. But I learned, walk away from it. Even if somebody stole something from you or whatever the case might be. It's better to walk away from it. Don't say anything at all. Just take it in private messenger.
What was
because
that?
it can destroy you.
The Chantel or something?
Yeah, the Chantel Hotel in Manhattan.
Chantel, okay.
And they only had a capacity of 400 people. We packed it with 973 people altogether. I had some of the biggest stars coming to that hotel. For that show, I had some of the biggest industry people. T-Bone. It's like people that sold magazine companies for $14 million. I had TR Magazine who did a 4-page write-up on me. I had Rob Klein from the New York Times. I had the Daily News there. I had YouTube Official who did, we went to Right to YouTube Official. We did a big fashion show, which, I re-edited the film. That's up there. A lot of things we had going on, but you always got to think of one thing. It's the haters. The haters can destruct everything, man, and I'm praying that those haters, they're gonna open their eyes and see God now. They're gonna have to answer to him for that stuff.
Yeah.
That's why no matter what, you got to just keep on moving forward. And you got to learn that eventually just forget about those people because
Well,
that's
the
what they
cream,
want. They want you to feed in the shit, you
the
know?
cream always rises to the top, and you're always going to have haters. If as long as you're succeeding, you're always going to run into haters.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be
Unfortunately,
trying to get him.
unfortunately. Now the next time your lighting will be a lot better.
Oh yeah, it will be. So
Yeah.
here, let me bring my other guest. If he could come, if he comes over here. He used to love the camera. Come here. Oh, he's being weird today.
Yeah, because
Just
you can
bring
get
him close.
LED lights.
Give me a
Even
minute,
at
Dave.
the dollar store, you can get LED lights.
11.3 million people want to see you. All right, James. So here, we're gonna end the show soon here because I got a lot of things to do.
Yeah, I know.
I want to
I'm
prepare
tired.
my lighting. So we're here, say hi, and everybody who knows Milo, they remember Milo.
Hey, Milo.
Yeah, the Persian smart boy. I got him since he's like 2.5 weeks old, man.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he was a birthday present because the other cat passed away. She was ran over by a drunk driver. But hey, you never trust anybody with your pets. I trusted somebody paying them weekly to take care of her while we were gone. I was out on tour at that time and doing special TV shows, and I get a call that the cat was ran over. So now we have Milo for a year now.
That's Milo, big Milo. Very, very good-looking male
He only,
cat.
he only, he only trusts me and her and my girl. That's it. It took a long time for him to gain that trust, but he's smart, man. Smart cat. He looks at himself in the mirror. I had pictures of that up there. I had him trained on a leash for a while, but it's been a while. You know what I mean? I don't know. He talks a lot. So we'll bring him on the show one of these days. Maybe he'll
Yeah,
do some of the tricks he used to do for you.
and I got your link to the Facebook page right under this talk show. The Facebook page link of Northern Lights Company, so they can see all your product, and then they'll see your Facebook profile.
Right.
They'll be able to really see how beautiful and vivid your product line really
Oh
is.
yeah. I wish the lighting was better. I mean, but this is a dress that I made a while back for my girl. Let's see if we can get this closer in.
You might.
So yeah, you can see the coloring. I mean, it's really nice and the
So,
design's nice
there you
and
go.
of course we have to let them know these are my own dyes that I invented and the formula to over the top. It never washes out. You can't bleach it. It won't come out. I'm the only one that holds the formula to wash this out. That's if we made a mistake, but we don't make mistakes because you can't make a mistake. But you can. You can get drip marks. It depends. But sometimes those drip marks are meant to be on there. But this is a dress I made for her, and I don't have much product here right now. It's been a hard year, like I said, but we have things to make here. I have to get more dyes to create, melt down the dyes, and it's a lot of work. So, what we're hoping to see is people to helping out, donating, and sending t-shirts in and things like that. And we want blankets, we want sheets, things like that. We could bring down to the homeless. We'll give that stuff away for free to the homeless, to help out with that. If we say we're gonna do something, we do it. So that's one thing my girl would love to do is going out there and she's got a couple of things she wants to do live, and we'll discuss that me and you on in person, on a private message. But I
Well,
think we should end the show because
yeah, let's end it because I want to call it a night. It's but it was good. It was a great show. I mean, it was very informative. I enjoyed it, and then the next time the lighting will be a lot better.
oh yeah, I'll set it up where I have a nice spotlight in front
Yeah,
facing towards
yeah.
me.
But it was great. It was great, and I'll talk to you. I'll see you in cyberspace, of course.
And also, if anybody out there is willing to donate a laptop or a desktop, that can support streaming and support, graphical design programs, My laptop took a crap, and then another laptop was given to me that was completely gutted. So it was like kind of a hate thing, giving me something that has nothing inside of it. It was everything was gone. So it's been a rough year, like I said, but if people stand together and help out, we can get back up there and running again. And we can, once everything goes back to normal, we can do we'll plan out a big giant fashion show. We'll have a big celebration. We can set all that up. But of
Well,
course, there's going to be lots of celebrations when that happens.
even
If
if you
we go
get
back to
yeah,
regular life.
even if you get a tablet, like even if you get a tablet, yeah, like
Well, the whole thing is tablet won't work for me because the kind of work I do, the graphical design work,
okay,
it needs to hold a lot of memory, and I mean, I have memory cards here. I got a $1,800, well, a $1,500 printer, brother printer. I have to get ink for soon here, and it's a top of the line printer where we're going to be using to actually put, we're going to design everything in Photoshop from scratch in Illustrator. We'll put our designs on there, and then we're going to print them out. We're going to heat press them onto the shirts because we can't press that many. We can't sit there making hundreds and hundreds of shirts by hand. They'll never get done unless somebody wants to order something custom. They're going to pay. Of course, they're going to pay the price to have something custom done by our hands. But you have to realize, all that stuff is done by our hands. Of course, it's just being printed and pressed onto the shirt so we can move more product. That's how production is. But we've never really done that. I did that years ago, back in 2014, and yeah, 14. I've had a press, and I had thousands of orders coming in for thousands of T-shirts and thousands of this. I had to press, but like I said, the customized items, people paid, big bucks, like drum sets. I was making $11,000 for a 7-piece set to take the paint, remove all their crap on it and redo, which I'll share pictures and live video of. I got live video interviewing them. The drums were on tour, just until this coronavirus came through.
oh yeah,
So
and
I
and
did
you
Carlos Santana's guitar, beautiful job on that one.
and you'll see all these products in vivid high definition Technicolor on the Facebook page,
Yep.
Northern Lights Company.
Yeah, Northern Lights Tie-Dye Company, Paul Mantia Designs, Valerie Z. We have a new company coming out, her and I, which, I haven't really pressed yet. I just got all the licensing and everything done on that. Basically, they can look up Reverb Nation / Paul Mantia, Mantia. They can find me on SoundCloud. I'm up there. My Facebook page, I have Paul Anthony Mantia, and then there's Paul Northern Lights Mantia. There's two pages. The Paul Anthony one I normally use is almost at 5,000 friends, which I will be deleting people that have no affiliation with me, don't talk to me. I don't need robots on my page. And I have the other page that has about 700-800 people on. I have 16 like pages for you know each international, Northern Lights International, Northern Lights Global. So I have I have everything set up online, and now it's the fact of putting the Amazon store together. We're on Poshmark, we're on all those sites. OfferUp, I found a scam. You know, People send me a fake check, man. I went through a lot of bullshit over that, scamming checks. Thank God we didn't send the product. We checked with the bank. The check was bad. It was just
Oh, gee.
a handmade check. Thank God we caught up with that, because you can you get in trouble for that if you cash it. You end up paying it back, and you can serve time for it. So we've cut out no checks, no personal checks. Everything has to be done either credit card, you know, credit card, debit card will accept. Money orders I will not accept at this time anymore, because I don't know if they're real or fake anymore. Um, we work with every app, Cash App. I have Venmo. I despise PayPal. Don't even want to deal with them anymore in my life. Even
Right.
though Venmo is owned by PayPal, but still, Venmo is a much better platform. Cash App, I kind of like. You can't do everything on there, but we're going to be going with an e-commerce merchant and dealing with a real credit card machine that I'm going to be ordering tomorrow. It's free, actually. They're giving them away. So, and we'll be going through my business account with the bank, even though it takes 3 days for the funds to hit the bank, whatever. Hey, it's better than having to worry if somebody's going to scam, and break into your account like PayPal and take your money. A lot of shit's going on right now out there. Cyber, all this crap. So to avoid all those things, like I said, the only things we're accepting right now is credit or debit. That's all I can accept. Don't send money in the mail because you can't trust anybody out there. Don't put it in an envelope thinking nobody's going to look and rip it open and see it. Mail is being stolen by our very own super here. Steals people's fucking packages that come in. Okay, like I said, a fucking 900-pound piece of shit beef. But that's how it is. He's a piece of shit. He treats the tenants like shit. He treats everybody like shit. He's not taking care of the building. He leaves the elevator. He don't put disinfectants in the elevator. Yeah, we're going to call 311, being her grandfather say, what about asking the super to disinfect the building? Well, he hasn't done that. It's time to start bringing, these people their attention. He sits down there making all that money and eating all that damn food, and he's housing people downstairs in the basement because they work for the, they're doing his job. They're doing, his maintenance work, doing this, and he's housing them in the basement. That's not the way to do business. But I mean, I understand people need places to live, but shit, if the owners of the building find out, forget about it.
Right.
And they can be spreading shit. It's like, I'm not saying the guys are bad, they're nice guys. A couple of black kids, man, really nice kids. They're doing their job. They're trying to mop the floors, but they're not using the proper stuff. You got to use bleach. They got to bleach them. You can't use just regular products. The way we got it set up, her and I, we wear a mask every day. Okay, we wear gloves. When we come back in the house, the masks, they go into a container that's filled with really toxic alcohol, rubbing alcohol, a real concentrated alcohol mix that I made for sanitizer. The mask goes in there, the gloves go in there. They get cleaned because people go, they take off the mask, they put it down. If you're out there and somebody coughed, that means it's on your mask. Whether it went in your body or not, it's on the mask. Some guy goes, how do I keep my gloves clean? If I'm touching everything, okay, dumbass, grab a hand sanitizer, squirt it on your fucking hand before you touch anything. Duh.
Well, even if you have a bandana or a scarf and you fold it in half and tie it around your head, and now you got your nose, your mouth covered all the way down to here, right? You got two sheets of material. So you wear it for one day. You wear it for one day, and then you sanitize it. You take it off and you sanitize the hell out of it. And you have a backup, a bandana or a scarf. If you happen to be a woman and you have like those nylon scarves.
Let's make a great example here, James. Okay, for instance, now they're selling these in the stores, and they're basically $5 for $10. The same masks that you get in the hospital. These are so. The problem with these are they're cheaply made. Okay.
Okay.
You can't really tighten them around your face, even though it's got a spandex stretch. It sucks. So we have the same material, which is a cotton base. Okay, and the whole thing about it is you got to be able to breathe through the material because you can't suffocate people. You put polyester, they're going to suffocate. There's no air going through that. And this is a really nice material, a white fabric. We have a little bit here, there's enough to make 200 masks. And it's not a stretchy material. Basically, we don't have the funds to invest to make it stretchy like this. Okay, but that's okay because we can make it big enough to where it fits around the nose and it fits around the mouth and covers the facial hair, the chin. All right. And, we're going to design these. We're going to make our first couple of prototypes, and, I'll send you one, James. You can check it out, and see. But, this is the material we're using.
Okay.
And this belongs to my girl. She happens to get this material somewhere. We didn't know what we were going to use it for, but so I'm sure it'll come in handy one of these days. We'll find something.
Yeah.
And it might sound funny, but we're not going to mention what we actually use in the inside layer of that because I don't want people to know that.
No, always keep your secrets.
Exactly. We got to keep the secrets, and that's how it goes. But until the next time, of course, we're going to come on and I'll do a live performance. I have everything set up, and maybe I'll have Valerie come up. She could show some of her artwork, and maybe she'll sing a song. We'll sing a song together because we do sing together. So, we'll set up a whole show.
That would be very cool. And then when you do that, the lighting will be perfect for that.
Oh yeah, I'm going to set it up. I'm really good at doing lighting. I've done photography. Most of the pictures out there that I've been sharing is most of my photography work. I've worked with various amounts of photographers, but sometimes you can't contact them.
Yeah, I
You have
remember.
to do, you got to do it yourself.
I, re-
Otherwise you go nowhere.
I remember when we did a show when you were living in Pennsylvania, and you had I think it was Pennsylvania. You had the
Yeah,
tie.
I had the house out in the country. I had the house. I think that was what town was that? Man, I've been all over the place. That was when I was actually I was taking care of a house for Beth, one of the models. I was taking care of the dog and the cat, but I was also had used to a lot of property, and a giant house. It was like 7 bedrooms in there, 3 bathrooms, a giant basement, and that's the show we did with Nate. I think you remember that.
Yeah,
We did a show with Nate.
right.
So
And
now
then,
we can't. We have to be socially distant. So there's no way for us to be in the same room together, but we can do it online. We could definitely make this happen online. We could bring special guests on. We can, maybe we'll see where Nate's at. Right now I'll give him a call, and we'll set up a show. We'll get him online. Let him do a couple of dances to my songs. And
yeah,
hey, we're gonna take it from there.
yeah, like I sent you the link to be on. You take the same link and you give it to Nate, and then
Yes,
Nate comes on too.
of course. All right,
And
James, I'm gonna let you take the show out, man, and I
okay,
appreciate everybody watching. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. We'll keep, we have a special group. We're going to have a couple of different groups on Facebook, and we'll announce everything and when we're going to be on, what times, so this way we can invite everybody to the show.
oh yeah, because the promos of future shows appear at the top of the YouTube channel.
Exactly. And if we need somebody to translate Russian, if Russians want to come in, they can't understand the English language, we could bring, her grandfather. I think he'd be more than willing to speak his mind, and say what he feels about this. What I mean? He's been around. I mean, Valerie could speak Russian too. She can translate it. So, and which is a good thing. We could translate that. We also have other translators translate Spanish. I have a bunch of different people that translate. So,
All right, cool, very good.
all right.
Thank you for being on.
All right. Thank you, James.
Bye,
Have a great night, bro.
You too.
And we'll see you next